programs and not jobs.
This WBTV high-definition program is sponsored by Time Warner Cable. WBTV News at 5 starts right now.
Millions of dollars in federal money given to CMS. Tonight, Superintendent Pete Gorman promises it will help save teacher jobs after all. Good evening and welcome, everyone. I'm Paul Campbell.
And I'm Maureen O'Boyle. Good to have you with us tonight. We broke this story when Gorman announced another round of major budget cuts for CMS. As many as 1,500 people could get pink slips. But we learned the district has $25 million in the bank from the federal government. Washington sent that money our way with clear directions. It must be used to save jobs. Our education reporter is on your side. Dedrick Russell joining us now. And Dedrick, when we first learned about this money, Gorman told us he'd spend it on programs, not jobs, but that has changed?
Yeah, absolutely right, Maureen. You know, simply put, Gorman's choice of words. I talked to him today about his intentions to use that extra cash, about our conversation last week. Well, today he cleared it up, and he tells me he will do the right thing. What a difference words make. Soon after Superintendent Peter Gorman's budget presentation, I quickly asked him about the huge chunk of change the feds gave CMS last year to save jobs. This was Gorman's response. Listen carefully.
We put existing programs in with those $25 million.
My interpretation was he was mixing the money up with programs to keep them afloat. Today, he shared what he really meant.
Programs are people.
That's right. Gorman says when he used the word program, he was referring to jobs.
Programs are people. We're 85% salaries and benefits. But it didn't have to directly be used for your classroom teacher. You could use it for things such as a psychologist. You could use it for a dropout prevention program. Absolutely. You know, our programs are people.
Mary McCrae from the local Teachers Association is relieved.
I'm glad it's positions, and I hope that it's positions that directly impact the classroom.
So while this misunderstanding has been straightened out, McCrae vows she will still check up on Gorman to ensure programs really do mean positions.
He has to give a financial accounting to the governor as to how this money is spent, and that's public information. So we'll be able to see how the money is spent.
Yeah, we are following that money. You know, CMS got $25 million last year to save jobs. Gorman tells me that the school system has already used $5 million of it, and he says that he will use the rest of the money next year. And we also want to point out that with this budget, that he said that it was $100 million budget cuts, but he said that without that money, it would have been $125 million worth of cuts. We're live in the newsroom tonight. Dedrick Russell, WBTV, on your side.
All right, Dedrick, thank you. And CMS has to use all of that money that's left over by September or send it right back to Washington. Paul?
Well, the body of a 79-year-old woman discovered in this Union County pond this afternoon. Police say family last saw Jean McManus about 9:30 last night. The pond is right next to her daughter's home. Investigators do not suspect foul play, but they have not said how they think she wound up in that pond. And tonight, another Charlotte lawmaker calls out NAACP President Kojo Nantambu for describing our city as a, quote, bastion of racism.
I think some of the extreme labeling that was used in the recent comments those comments are not representative of this county, this community.
Nantambu made his controversial comments while protesting school on Martin Luther King Day. He also called for organizations to boycott Charlotte.
Paul, tonight police are still looking for the suspects in a drive-by shooting. Dozens of evidence markers littering this Charlotte street. The front window of a home shattered into pieces. A woman inside was shot in the back, taken to the hospital. Family members say it all started after an argument over a girl.
Well, we're learning more tonight about the dramatic reunion between a missing boy and his adoptive parents.
Timothy, why are you crying? Timothy, what's the matter?
You all right? Timothy Green returned home on Tuesday. WBTV Sarah Batista is here now. She was there during the homecoming. Sarah has some new information for us, Sarah.
Yeah, a lot of you emailed us after seeing this video yesterday of Timothy Green reuniting with his adoptive parents, and many of you expressed concerns about his body language and wondered why he didn't seem happy to be home. Well, tonight I talked with his biological grandmother, and she's asking the same question.
There he is. There he is.
Our cameras were rolling when 11-year-old Timothy Green returned home to his adoptive parents' house yesterday. It was supposed to be a happy reunion, and for the Greens, it was. But something about Timothy's body language didn't sit well with many viewers or his maternal grandmother. Some wondered why he didn't seem happy.
He didn't want to go back. He said he would go anywhere else.
Police found Timothy at his grandmother's house yesterday afternoon. He'd been missing for nearly 4 days. Carmela McKenzie says Timothy showed up yesterday morning. She maintains she has no idea where he spent the weekend.
And I don't know why they're going around saying that, but I was hoping and praying he would come.
McKenzie says she helped care for Timothy until 2009 when his mother passed away and he was adopted by the Greens. The Greens were family friends. His mother asked them to take care of him. McKenzie says since then she's only seen him a few times and believed he was doing fine. Now she questions why he ran away.
They need to find out, dig into their household, not mine. Mine's clean on this end.
I talked with Timothy's adoptive mother by phone today. She says he's doing much better today and maintains that she doesn't know why he left. Police say they don't have any evidence to show he isn't in good hands, but the investigation is ongoing. Back to you.
Sarah, thank you. And you can see much more of Timothy Green's homecoming on our website. From the moment his parents got the call he was safe to the dramatic reunion with his adoptive mother and father. It's all online at WBTV.com.
Tonight, Mint Hill police believe a group of teenagers set a house on fire, and their text messages may prove it. A neighbor sent us this video. It shows these flames just consuming this home on Will Hill Road back on January 5th. Well, Mint Hill's police seized cell phones from 5 teens they believe were involved with this fire. Investigators tell us forensics will have to crack the phones before they know what's on them.
South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley will deliver her first State of the State address tonight. She's expected to talk about saving money and restructuring government. The address begins at 7 o'clock at the State House in Columbia. Days of snow and ice battering our roads tonight. CDOT says, look, you should be on the lookout for potholes. So far, no major craters report, but the city believes potholes could soon become a real problem, especially as we get some more rain, and that's exactly what we need. A day like this, though, it's hard to thank rain. Here's Kelly Franson, who's over at the First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, it was so gorgeous out there. We had some rain. Any more in store?
We are between systems right now, so hopefully you enjoyed today, because by no means are we through with these storm systems that will be moving through. In fact, take a look way back to the west around Kansas City. You see that snow? There's a winter storm warning there. We'll talk about what that means for us coming up. As far as this evening is concerned, though, enjoy it. Should still be close to 50 at 7 p.m. By the way, a full moon tonight, the full wolf moon. You should have a beautiful view of that. Clear and cool at 9, getting down into the low 40s and just barely below 40 at 11. Of course, we will be getting below that as we take you further into the overnight hours. We'll talk more about that next storm system and the one following it coming up. Right now, though, here's Jacinda Garabito with traffic.
Thanks, Kelly. Your First Alert traffic brought to you by Paramount Volvo of Hickory. You have an injury crash on Freedom Drive. This is right at Little Rock Road. You can jump on over to Toddville Road as a nice alternate route. Another accident. This is Audrey Kell Road near Lancaster Highway. Use Providence Road West as your alternate route. And I'm taking you back to I-77 southbound. We've been monitoring this injury crash all afternoon. It seems like just we're moments away from getting the whole accident cleared. No delays on I-77 southbound, which is good news. This is right at I-77 and Clanton Road. Paul, Maureen, back to you.
Jacinda, thank you. Coming up, a massive inferno. This huge explosion caught on tape. The destruction it left behind. That's ahead.
I'm Trent Ferris on your side in Fort Mill at a music school that teaches the musicians of the future. But I'll tell you how the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame doesn't like the name of the class.
And next at 5, the tables are about to turn on this would-be robber. The clerk's sharp response to his demand for cash. You're watching WBTV live and on your side at 5 o'clock.